Yeah, so we're going to look at the pound pairs because we have a trading opportunity on the pound. So as you can see, I usually arrange my pairs one side. So let's start with GBP CHF. So looking at this, it seems like it is in a range, but we can clearly tell from a bigger picture here that we have wicks and highs to be filled. So let's start with the low. So this is the low. We want to see price eventually coming to fill this wick. And then we have these other highs that we would want price from also. Now, talking of that, we also have this, remember from the monthly time frame. So we also have this as our monthly highs. And from these monthly highs, we expect at least some price reaction to the downside. So once we have this, we can come to a lower time frame. Let's say come to the 4 hourly. So on the 4 hourly, we just want to study how price is actually behaving here from these highs because the goal is to be able to sell high and then buy low. Okay, that's simple as that. So keeping it that simple, and then maybe coming on to the 1 hourly, this is what we will have. Remember, we are at a highs now, which is our monthly highs. So the next thing we study here, this is an area in which we study price, and then we also look for patterns. And what are those patterns? Those patterns of a downtrend. So when the market wants to come down to the downside, we study the patterns that are here. So that's why we could actually, once we confirm that pattern, we could have that downside movement to the downside. Could have that movement to the downside with confirmation of those patterns. So it's up to you to study the patterns, head and shoulders, double tops, and stuff like that. But if that does not happen, the market breaks above, then we could continue to push up. So once we have that, we can come to next pound trade, pound pair. So let me just wrap everything up. Then I start afresh from the monthly. So from the monthly, this is GBP AUD. We've already taken a trade on this same area this very month. We just want to see how strong this level is in holding price. Overall, we have these as our highs, and then we have another highs here. Okay. So it is as simple as selling high and buying low. So once we have this, we can come to lower time frame, say the 4 hourly. So again, on the 4 hourly, we want to study price, especially at these highs. Remember, this is a monthly high. Okay. So this is a monthly high. And then let me come back to the weekly. So we also have a weekly high here. Okay, so from there we can now begin to see that this is a very important area for us to study pricing, because price is at highs. And then usually what happens at highs is that there's a higher chance for price to be able to sell. So this is another area in which we need to study uh, the patterns that actually push price to the downside. And then once we get them, we can potentially have that move. If we don't get them, then price breaks above up, then we don't have those moves. But this is all we need to study and then see how that can actually be able to play out. That's what we have on these two pairs. So I could even go to GBP USD, one of the pairs people actually like. So let me wrap everything up and then I come on to our higher time frame, which is the monthly. So on the monthly, we clearly have these highs here, which price has been playing from. And then we are seeing prices bearish on the monthly chart. We have a low here, which has to be filled this week. And then we have these other areas here, okay, which is our price difference. So if you push it to this side, you will see this is structure, okay? But I just want to concentrate with this. That's why I usually have mine like that, okay? So once we have this is an area we will look to sell from if price is able to reach there. But with more information when you come to another lower time frame, so we're on the daily, okay? So you could go systematically, like let's say from monthly, we go to the weekly. Let's first look at that. So last week was bearish, and we're expecting price to actually pull up to this area before we can into trade. But it looks like price may not actually reach that, especially with this area forming as a resistance, holding price. And then we have a break of structure, which is our price difference in this area here. So we have a price difference around this area. So this is an area in which we could actually begin to look for potential selling opportunities here. So we need to just confirm our patterns here, whether we can see them, especially on smaller time frame, like 1 hour or stuff like that. If we can see the patterns that actually move price to the downside here, we could sell, especially if this is broken, then price could do that. If that doesn't happen, then price could actually break this and then head back up to all the way here, this other area, which we want to trade from. Okay, this area here. So all you want to do now is waiting for confirmations. Once you see the confirmations, you can be able to pull the trigger and have trade entries. So that's what we have on pound. So you can look at the other pound pairs. So it is always good to look at all the pairs which are related in one side, and then you look at the rest in one side, and then you begin to compare and pick your entries once they give us the confirmation. So that's the same thing I've sent in the group. So let's observe and see those potential movements, and then we can be able to make some money with these other movements here.